Chapter 1: The Arrival. The heavy clang of steel doors echoes eerily as Marcus steps into the stark, fluorescent light of the intake area, heart pounding against his chest. Fear swirls around him like a dark fog, a visceral reminder of the reality he now faces. The chaos, guards barking orders, inmates murmuring anxiously, creates a cacophony that invades every thought. Amidst the turmoil, an older inmate named Fred catches his eye and offers a reassuring nod. With weathered hands and a calm demeanor, Fred becomes an unexpected anchor in this overwhelming sea of uncertainty. As Marcus recounts his intake procedures, the tension begins to ebb, revealing glimpses of human connection amid the harshness. "You'll adapt," Fred whispers, his voice steady, as they stand side by side. The sounds of shuffling footsteps and the distant clatter of metal serve as a backdrop to their bond, hinting at the resilience that will unfold behind these iron bars. Chapter 2: The Routines. As the sun rises, the prison hums to life, a symphony of clinking metal trays and distant shouts. Sarah's voice weaves through the familiar chaos, painting a portrait of daily existence behind bars. She describes the rhythm of breakfast in the cafeteria, where laughter and shared stories punctuate the starkness of their surroundings. Friends gather around worn tables, exchanging jokes and warmth, each bite of food a small rebellion against confinement. Yet the tranquility is fragile. When solitude calls, the eerie silence of a solitary cell swallows the vibrant sounds of camaraderie. Sarah shares her experience of art classes that offer a glimmer of freedom, a brush in hand, colors mixing on canvas, and emotions flowing. These routines create an anchor in their tumultuous lives, revealing the strength found in connection and creativity. In this heartfelt narrative, the laughter, the art, and the bonds forged amidst despair illuminate the power of hope within despair. Chapter 3: The Library of Dreams. Amidst the stark concrete of the prison, Marcus discovers the hidden oasis of the prison library, a dimly lit room filled with well-worn books that transport him beyond the iron bars. The soft rustling of paper and the faint scent of ink create a sanctuary where imaginations can roam free. Here he meets Javier, a charismatic inmate with a gift for storytelling, who becomes a catalyst for change in Marcus's life. As Javier reads aloud from his own writings, Marcus feels a spark ignite within him, compelling him to pick up a pen. The soundscape transforms, echoing the turning pages of literary worlds that offer solace and inspiration. Marcus begins to draft his narrative, unveiling the pain and hope nestled deep within his heart. In this shared space, dreams take flight, revealing that creativity can flourish even in the most confined of circumstances, connecting souls through the written word. Chapter 4: The Tornado. The tension within the prison reaches a boiling point, culminating in a chaotic riot. The once muted sounds explode into a cacophony of screams, sirens, and the clashing of bodies against metal bars. In this harrowing moment, we hear from multiple inmates who confront their fears and vulnerabilities. Marcus recounts the whirlwind of emotions, adrenaline coursing through his veins as he tries to navigate the chaos unfolding around him. Fred, in a moment of unwavering bravery, takes Marcus aside and urges him to remember the humanity they share. Amidst the turmoil, Fred reveals a hidden stash of letters he has kept over the years from his family, symbols of hope and human connection that tether them to the outside world. As the riot rages on, these letters remind the inmates that their stories and relationships endure, even in the darkest moments. The chapter closes with echoes of the disorder still resonating, leaving listeners on edge as survival drives their narratives. Chapter 5: Redemption. In the aftermath of the riot, the prison atmosphere is thick with tension and uncertainty. Sarah's voice trembles, yet carries strength as she narrates her journey toward redemption. The soundscape captures the murmurs of inmates in therapy sessions, interspersed with the clinking of metal chairs and the rustle of papers. Each group discussion reveals raw emotions: guilt, pain, and a longing for forgiveness. Through shared stories, Sarah connects with fellow inmates, each word a step toward healing. She recalls a moment of vulnerability, divulging her mistakes and the weight they carry. As she embraces her past, the ambient sound softens, echoing their collective resolve to transform. These haunting reflections culminate as Sarah expresses hope for a better future, her voice a beacon for those around her. This chapter highlights the power of connection and the possibility of redemption, even within the darkest confines of prison life. Chapter 6. Preparing for Release. As the days dwindle down to Marcus's parole hearing, the atmosphere inside the prison buzzes with a mix of anticipation and anxiety. The sound of a ticking clock reverberates through his cell, each tick a reminder of his impending freedom. Marcus reflects on the journey he's undertaken, a path marked by fear, resilience, and newfound hope. He shares heartfelt conversations with Fred and Sarah, who provide support and wisdom, emphasizing the importance of embracing life's second chances. With whispers of hope and trepidation, inmates gather in small groups, discussing their plans and fears about re-entering a world they've long been separated from. Tension and excitement intertwine as they each face the possibility of an uncertain future. Marcus's narration encapsulates the emotional crescendo of their shared experiences, transforming from the constraints of prison life to envisioning new beginnings. Outside the walls, freedom awaits, laden with challenges and the promise of redemption. Chapter 7. The Power of Art. In the dim light of the prison art room, Sarah's voice resonates with newfound passion as she discusses her art classes. For her, each brushstroke is a form of liberation, an escape from the stark confines of her reality. The sound of paintbrushes gliding across canvas fills the air, blending with the distant laughter of other inmates, creating a vibrant tapestry of expression. She shares how in these moments, colors become a language, speaking what words cannot, her fears, dreams, and memories. Art saved me, she reflects, her voice tinged with both vulnerability and strength. The lessons she learns extend beyond technique. They delve into self-discovery and emotional release. As she creates, Sarah feels a connection not only to herself, but to her peers, each sharing their own stories through their art. The chapter closes with the gentle sound of paint mixing, echoing the transformative power of creativity, a lifeline in an otherwise unforgiving environment. Chapter 8. Confronting the Past. In the dimly lit room of the therapy center, the air is thick with anticipation as inmates gather to address the shadows lurking within. Marcus listens intently as Sarah shares her story of regret, her voice trembling as she recounts the incidents that led her to prison. The sounds of chairs shifting and the rustle of papers create a backdrop for their confessions, as each inmate reveals their burdens through tears and laughter. Fred speaks of loss, the ache of missing family, while another inmate, Javier, poignantly describes his childhood dreams turned nightmares. These shared moments foster an unexpected camaraderie, the bonds of shared pain creating a makeshift family. The atmosphere is charged with vulnerability as harsh truths emerge and the soothing sound of a gentle chime filters in, underscoring their collective journey toward healing. As they confront their pasts, they inch closer to understanding and embracing the possibility of forgiveness. Chapter 9. The Prison Family. In the confined world of prison, bonds often form stronger than blood ties, creating a surrogate family among inmates. As the clinking of metal utensils echoes during communal meals, Sarah reflects on the relationships she has cultivated. She describes the warmth of shared laughter, the comfort of knowing someone is there to listen, and the strength they draw from one another. Their camaraderie flourishes during recreation time. The sounds of basketballs bouncing and cards shuffling serve as the backdrop to heartfelt conversations, where secrets and dreams are exchanged like precious currency. Marcus shares his feelings of belonging amidst this makeshift family, finding solace in late-night storytelling sessions where they reveal their vulnerabilities. The voices ebb and flow, creating a sense of unity against the harsh landscape of confinement. As Sarah poignantly remarks, these connections not only provide support, they become lifelines that sustain hope and foster healing in an environment designed to isolate. Chapter 10. The Storm Within. In the dimly lit corners of the prison, the reality of mental health struggles emerges as inmates confront their hidden demons. The somber voices of inmates resonate as they gather in the therapy room, sharing stories of isolation, addiction, and despair. Each narration reveals deep-rooted pain as feelings of guilt and trauma surface, raw and unfiltered. A soft, haunting melody underscores the discussions, amplifying the weight of their experiences. Marcus reflects on his own battles with anxiety, while Sarah opens up about her fight against depression, finding solace in shared understanding. As they speak, the sounds of quiet sobs and supportive words intertwine, creating a tapestry of vulnerability. This chapter captures the storm within, illustrating how even in confinement, inmates search for hope and healing, forging connections through their shared struggles. Their resilience shines through the darkness, echoing a powerful testament to the human spirit's capacity to endure. Chapter 11. Redemption. Amidst the echoes of the prison walls, Sarah grapples with her past decisions and seeks a path to redemption following the riot. Her heartfelt narration reveals the emotional turmoil she endures, feelings of shame intertwining with a desperate yearning for forgiveness. In small therapy circles, she shares her story, recounting how art has become her lifeline. The soothing sounds of gentle conversation and supportive affirmations fill the air, creating an atmosphere of healing. Sarah recounts the moment she found the courage to confront her regrets, as she paints her inner struggles onto the canvas, each stroke a testament to her journey. The chapter crescendos with the sounds of laughter and encouragement blooming in the group settings, illustrating the growth that emerges in even the darkest times. As she begins to believe in her worth and the possibility of a brighter future, the music swells, signifying that redemption is not just an end, but a transformative process. Chapter 12. Preparing for release. As the days dwindle down to Marcus's parole date, an air of anticipation envelops the prison. The familiar sounds of clangs and shouts are now interspersed with quieter, intimate moments of reflection. Marcus, along with his fellow inmates, grapples with mixed emotions. Excitement for freedom intertwined with the fear of what awaits outside the iron bars. He recalls the friendships forged in the confines of the cell block, the late-night conversations that offered solace in the darkest moments. With the sound of a ticking clock echoing in the background, the urgency mounts. In a group session, each inmate shares their hopes and fears, their voices merging into a chorus of vulnerability. Laughter mixes with tears as they confront the reality of leaving their prison family behind, knowing that while they move forward, their connections will linger in their hearts. The chapter closes with a palpable tension, punctuated by the fading sound of the clock. Chapter 13. As the days dwindle before their release, the prison's atmosphere is charged with a bittersweet mix of hope and sorrow. In the communal area, tearful farewells unfold, echoing with heartfelt promises of staying connected. Marcus shares a poignant embrace with Fred, who has been a guiding light in his darkest moments. Their bond, forged through shared struggles, speaks to the strength of human connection behind bars. Sarah clutches a sketch she plans to send to a friend on the outside, a symbol of her growth and hope for what lies ahead. The soundscape captures the tenderness of whispered goodbyes and the muffled sobs of fellow inmates, blending with the distant clang of metal doors. Each farewell is laden with unspoken fears and aspirations, creating a tapestry of emotion that resonates long after they part ways. The weight of their pasts lingers, yet the promise of new beginnings glimmers on the horizon.